this adventure, what are we doing here? I was with a friend the other day, and she was telling me about some Apache wisdom, right? Because I've been going through a ton of changes recently in life, and this friend was talking to me about Apache wisdom. And one of the things she was saying is that sometimes it's key to actually get, oh my God, it's hot. It's key to get unbusy, right? We've got to unbusy ourselves so that we can have deeper visions. And I realized that I had been just busying myself up for years and years and years and years. And hopefully you guys know a little bit about me at this point. I'm kind of a vision guy, right? Like, I love visions, and I live my life based on them. And I think that it's the foundation for the clarity in our life and where we want to go, and the really big picture and the really big missions and the really big goals. It all comes from visions. It really does, you know? And you've got to have that vision for your life. You've got to have that vision for yourself. You have to have that. If you don't have that, we're just more aimless. And sometimes our vision is really big, right? And when you have a really big vision, you take really big actions. Sometimes our vision is small. When you have a small vision, you take small actions. Sometimes our vision's in the middle, right? So you've got an in the middle vision, and sometimes that vision comes in and out of consciousness. Sometimes you know what it is, sometimes you don't know what it is. And when you know what it is, you take big action. When you don't know what it is, you're not taking any action. You're confused again. You're wandering around. So what we're doing here, my friends, is I want to bring you on my sort of process for how I vision deeper. Because going deeper is what life is all about, my friends. Going deeper is what life is all about. And this trip to Kauai for me is all about that. It's all about how to bring forth the strongest next steps in both personal life and business, because they're both actually one and the same when you really get down to it. And so I'm going to be going on some adventures, and I want to take you through this process with me, and I want you to look at all the ways that you can apply knowledge, or apply this, or apply whatever, to your own visioning in life, to you finding that deeper vision for yourself, right? Because we don't need to be anywhere to stop being busy. We can stop getting busy now. We don't need anywhere to be anywhere to change our focus. We don't need to be anywhere to go out in nature or go on explorations. We can do all that from right wherever we are. And so use this video as a guide to inspire you back to your deep vision. And come on this journey with me, and let's have some fun. My friends, all good vision quests start with a journey. Here we go, starting the Kauai Trail. It is an 8-mile journey to the epic waterfalls, and I think that it's gonna be good. After miles and miles and miles of pure adventure, my friends, we've arrived at the most sacred waterfall I've ever seen and been under. And I think it's time to cleanse. Do you think it's time to cleanse?
I think so.
It's time to cleanse and see what visions arise from that. friends, Mr. Jonathan Budd here, and we're at this gorgeous fall. I think I just showed it to you, but I want to quickly talk about part of this journey for me, right? Because we're talking about visioning. And part of this journey, why I came to Kauai, was for some deeper healing in my own personal life. So the last few months, for whatever reason, healing is something that we need to talk about more. Just as a society, as people, we need to talk about healing. Because if you really want to live powerfully, if you really want to be able to access deep, deep visions, if you want your creativity, if you want that zest, that joy, that jubilance for life, that comes from healing that which has wounded us, that which has left us scarred. And it's those scars that harden. When the scars harden, it creates a pain in life. We walk around with pain, and I know you know what I'm talking about. I know we all know what I'm talking about, because it's something that as human beings, you know, we all experience this. And so anyways, the last few months, a lot of stuff has been coming up for me, you know, some really big stuff. Now, I don't know if I'm ready to share what it all is personally, but let's just suffice to say that, you know, some really traumatic things that happened earlier in life, which I never dealt with, and I never really healed, have been coming up. And so part of the reason to come to Kauai, not only is it that beautiful girl I think you see over there, not only is it to deepen the visions, not only is it to actually work on Unstoppable right now and all these other things, but part of it is really to heal. It's really to focus on healing and give myself the nurturing space required to just, you know, not be all busy, not be covering things up, not have all these distractions, but to really be with myself and to be with the pain is really what it is too. Be with what I'm feeling and what's coming up, and kind of allow myself to heal and allow myself to work through some of these wounds and some of these scars. And my friends, you know, I'm being vulnerable with you right now. I'm being open and honest with you because I have to tell you the truth. I have to share with you what truly has made a difference in my life and allowed me to have deep, deep visions that have made me millions and millions of dollars. And I keep getting them all the time. Just in the last month, I've had 2 visions for companies I'm gonna start that are billion-dollar freaking companies. And I'm telling you right now, your vision is your guide. It's what will lead you where you need to go. And what's helped me so much in this visioning process is the healing work I've done in my own life. It's the healing work that I've done in my own life, and I've been doing healing work for probably the last decade now. So when I tell you that this work is of the utmost importance, I'm telling it to you from my own experience, from my experiences that have really led to creating amazing results in life. And so I know that we all have these things going on. I know that there's wounds, that there's scars. So my request to you today, my urge for you, is to just take the time to be with it, take the time to sit with it, take the time to heal. Because when you do that, my friends, no matter what it is that's happened, because stuff has happened to all of us, but when you take the time to heal, it gives you access to deeper power in life. It gives you access to greater visions, and it just all around makes you so much happier. Why would you not want to be as happy as you could possibly be? I don't know. So that's what it gives you access to. Hope you enjoyed, my friends. I got more coming soon. Step 2 of any good journey, my friends, is an adventure. A massive, massive adventure. Oh, what do we have here? Anytime you want a grandiose vision, I highly recommend you take flight.
Oh, morning come bursting, the clouds, amen. Lift off this blindfold, let me see again. And bring back the water, let your ships roll in. And my heart, she left her home. The tightrope that I'm walking just sways and ties. The devil as he's talking with those angels' eyes. And I just wanna be there when the lightning strikes and the saints go marching in. And sing slow it down through chaos as it swirls. It's us against the world. Like a river to a raindrop, I lost a friend. My drunken as a Daniel in a lion's den.
Mini tour. Okay, my friends, this place is just too cute to like not do a little mini tour, and I kind of just want to remember because I love it so much. So check it out. This is, the architecture is just gorgeous. They've got, the entire walls are just windows and screens. So you open it up and it's literally just like the whole house is open, you know, totally beautiful. And this place was probably the nicest little beach cottage rental I've ever personally had. They just have everything. And they've got this beautiful room here, which is just very spacious. I love the stone. Oh, and look, you can see the mountains right out your window like that. Oh, so beautiful. Perfect little kitchen. I've got to make my sandwich to hop on the plane here. Everything is gorgeous, my friends. Everything is gorgeous. So, I love you guys. My friends, Mr. Jonathan Budd here. I'm now back at home, as every good quest, even the vision quests, need to come to an end. And I apologize, I was, you know, going to try to get something out to you guys from Kauai to finish this, but we just, you know, we ran out of time there. And I wanted to kind of share some final thoughts about what this particular, or about visioning just in general, and how we get bigger visions. And let me just grab a seat here with some good lighting, make sure you can see me, the sun's shining. Okay, I think this should work. Okay, my friends, visioning is, hopefully by this point you understand, ultimately important. Ultimately important. And it's not always easy. It is not always easy to tap into our deepest visions and the deepest vision for our life. In fact, I think it's one of the toughest things, really, one of the toughest things. And it's a question that so often, you know, I hear from friends and from students and from colleagues, is like, kind of like, you know, what is my biggest thing? And in order to truly tap into your ultimate vision, the ultimate vision for your life, you've got to know yourself. You've got to know yourself on a deep level, okay? You've really got to know what are your passions, what are your drives. You've got to know what has the most meaning to you, what ultimately is the most meaningful for you. And you've got to clear everything out of the way that's stopping you from living that. You've got to clear out everything that's keeping you from living as the most authentic, real expression of your true values, of what you truly value in the world. And I think a lot of times we're bogged down. We're bogged down with stuff that is in our life that doesn't express our true values. And we're doing that because a lot of us, I feel like sometimes we want to cover stuff up. And I certainly know this is true for my life. Whenever I find that I'm in a botched state of creativity, or things aren't going really right and things are difficult and hard, I'm usually covering something up, right? There's usually something I'm covering up, and that's why I was talking about healing really for the first time. And I don't talk a super amount about healing, but it is unbelievably important, so important to heal, because a lot of times what we're covering up is our pains. We're covering up all the areas in our life which we're hurt and we're wounded in. You know, what causes us pain? What are our self wounds? You know, we'll have damaging beliefs, you know, of something happened that makes you not good enough, or me not good enough, or we're not feeling worthy, or we're not feeling smart enough or creative, or whatever our wounds are. And to cover that up, we end up filling our lives with all this busy stuff. You know, I'm going to be really busy. I'm going to, you know, have lots of friends. I'm going to go, you know, drink. I'm going to party. I'm going to be on 9 million calls a day. I'm going to do all this stuff. And it's really covering up, you know, something else that's keeping us from our greatest visions. Because our greatest visions come in that space of calmness and clarity, when we're not covering up wounds, when we've expressed and healed the pain that we may be going through, or whatever our lives are. That's when we're most connected to ourself, and it's when we're most connected to ourself that our greatest visions come. And this trip was about that for me. It was about going to reconnect to myself, and you don't have to go anywhere to do that. Just FYI. You can connect to yourself no matter where you are at any time. You don't need to go anywhere to do that, okay? You can walk out into your backyard. You can sit in your bedroom and take 30 minutes to just be with whatever comes up in some sort of meditation. You can go to a yoga class. You can surf. You can swim. There's a million ways to just connect to yourself. But when we are the most connected to ourselves, that's where the deepest visions come. That's where the deepest vision comes. And to connect to yourself, we first have to heal what is stopping us from connecting to ourselves. What are the wounds? What are the pains that are in the way of us connecting to ourselves, of us feeling safe to be in our own skin, right? Because a lot of times it's kind of iffy. Sometimes we don't want to be in our own skin. Sometimes it's not comfortable to be in our own skin. It's not fun to be in our own skin. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's hurt. Sometimes it's angry just to be in our own skin. But the truth is that that's what we are. We're sad, we're hurt, we're angry. And if we're not comfortable being in our own skin, there's a reason why. There's something that we're avoiding, or that has happened to us, or that we don't want to see about ourselves, that's causing us to be uncomfortable in our own skin. And the most powerful people that I know, and how I've personally been able to have some of my deepest visions and live a really powerful life that you can just create some really powerful things from, is by working through and healing and working with all of the things that cause me to not be comfortable in my own skin. And when you find that comfort of just being with yourself, in your own skin, as who you are, when you're totally comfortable with that, totally comfortable, there's nothing in the way from you being there, that's when you create the most beautiful things in life. That's when people feel your authenticity. That's when you're clear about the direction of your life, and you make choices confidently and clearly, and you trust yourself to follow your passion. You trust that you know what your true passions are, and you follow them, you go for them. And you also realize that, you know, there's no real point to live if you're not going for your biggest passions in life, and you're not living your authentic expression of your values, what really means something to you, and you're not being yourself, that all of a sudden everything else is insanity. To not live your most authentic expression in life is insanity. To not be yourself is insanity. To walk around with wounds and pain and you know, living a smaller version of ourselves is insanity. Because the only thing stopping us from living the largest version of ourselves, the biggest version of ourselves, is us looking within. It's us going within and looking at all the reasons why we're afraid to be in our own skin. And when we find them, facing them, healing, healing, healing. So if you need to talk to a therapist to heal, talk to a therapist. Jesus, you know, I actually was going to school to get my degree in psychology. I got my bachelor's in psychology because, you know, before I became an entrepreneur, it was like one of the only things that made sense to me. Like, well, you know, our world needs a lot of help, healing. And so I wanted to help do that. And it's so amazing. I can't tell you how much good has come in my life from working with the right therapists and the right healers and talking about things that were going on with me and really creating a good, supportive, positive network of friends who actually would listen, right? Not just people who want to always talk about it, but people who will listen. You know, and just having that supportive network of people who will listen when there's something going on so that I can work through an issue or I can get healing or clarity around something that's troubling me or has hurt me, or having the right healers that I can go to, because sometimes your friends aren't enough. Sometimes you need to go to healers. So, you know, I'll go to healers and I'll go to see a therapist and I'll go talk to a counselor or whatever the heck it need be to get an issue resolved, to get clarity and to get clear on my life and on the things that are hurting me. And it's unbelievable if there's been something that causes you pain or has hurt you for a long time and all of a sudden that's gone. Do you realize how much energy that frees up in you? It frees up so much energy. You're like a different person. You have so much energy, so much vitality. You're a different person. So my friends, in conclusion, this is Mr. Jonathan Budd. Just wanting to say that the greatest vision for your life imaginable is in you right now. It's in you right now. You've got the power to create that vision too. If you can see it, then you can achieve it. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And that vision for your life is in you right now, and all you got to do is dig in. All you got to do is dig in and pull it out, my friend. And you can create anything you want to create in life. So I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. And we'll talk to you in a bit. Ciao. Say hi, Laura.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
How's your Kauai adventure?
So far, so good.
What are you here for?
That's still being revealed.
What do you feel right now?
Very happy and at peace.
Through chaos
And right where I'm supposed to be.
and us against the world. Through chaos as it swirls, and us against the world.